to ACMi Studio Night's Holiday Extravaganza! Tonight we're going to be having crafts and food and singing and dancing and lifestyle and even some science. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Lori Hallman. I have some holiday haiku for you. In case you're not familiar with haiku, it's a type of non-rhyming Japanese poetry consisting of 3 lines, with the first line 5 syllables, second line 7 syllables, and the third line 5 syllables. Holiday snowflakes. Ice clings to silver flagpoles. The dog's tongue is stuck. Hanukkah Harry brings gefilte fish and socks. Dad faints from the smell. Holiday spirit, scents of pine and cinnamon. Cat barfs on the rug. We stuff our faces. Some goodies aren't so worth it. Avoid the fruitcake. Wearing weird red pants, Santa in his flying sleigh. Don't feed Rudolph beans. Christmas lights dangling. The kids short-circuit the wires. Oops, the house goes dark. Kids wait for Santa. No cookies for him this year. He's become vegan. Scent of Christmas pine. Angels, stars dance on branches. Why big shiny balls? I'm Lori Holman. Happy holidays.
Julia, do you know what happens when you put candy canes in cold water?
I don't know.
What about hot water?
I don't know that either.
Well, let's find out. We're going to be conducting a science experiment today with candy canes and vinegar, cider, cold water, and hot water. Just different household items that you could just find anywhere. But let's make a prediction about what happens, okay? So what do we think will happen when we put the candy canes in the vinegar?
I think it will dissolve immediately.
Okay. What do you think was going to happen to like the vinegar? Is it going to change
I think it's going to change color. It's going to get white.
Okay. Let's see. We have the cider. What about the cider? I think the same thing is going to happen as the vinegar.
I think it'll dissolve a little more slowly.
Okay. Good predictions. What about the cold water?
I don't think it will dissolve.
Good hypothesis here. And the hot water?
It will dissolve a little bit.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens.
Okay.
So, we've already unwrapped some of our candy canes. So, put that one in the vinegar.
Okay. Here we go.
Woo! And want to put these in the cider?
Sure.
And I'll go ahead and put some in the cold water.
Put one in the vinegar.
And hot water. All right. Well, this might take some time, but we can already kind of see some change going on in the vinegar one, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also the hot water.
Can't see the change in the hot water as clearly.
Maybe here.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get these guys some time to sit, and we'll come back to this later.
Merry Christmas, then.
Happy Hanukkah, Jonathan.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, the holidays are here, and all of us are having holiday parties, or even going to holiday parties, and the most important thing you can do to add a little spice and add some decoration are to hand make the decorations yourself. Don't you agree, Sen?
Of course. And they're cheaper, too.
Absolutely. So today, we are both going to be making some decorations. I am going to be making some Star Wars snowflakes. You can see Darth Vader. I'll show you how to make these in just a moment.
And I'm going to do a little star ornament.
Excellent. So I'll start, and then as I keep cutting, we can move on to your decoration.
Alrighty.
Okay, so the first thing I did, I just went on Google and I typed in Star Wars snowflakes. I found a Darth Vader one that I thought was pretty simple. You want to make sure you find something with large shapes, so you can cut them out. If the shapes are too small, you really can't use a regular pair of scissors. And I like just using a pair of scissors. So I'm going to cut the circle out. I'll start folding, and In the meantime, Zen, why don't you show us how you make a star?
Cool, great. Okay, well, I start with origami paper. And okay, I have to plug it here. I go to Playtime, one of my favorite stores in town. Shop local.
They have everything there.
They do. So just to save a little bit of time, I've pre-folded, but basically you're just going to take a square sheet of paper. It can vary in size, whatever size you want to make your star. So the first thing we do, if you know how to make a crane, it's very similar. But this has an extra step, and that we start by folding the corners into the center.
That's great. Now, the snowflake I'm working on
gonna do it
also
this way.
involves some folding. So if you just fold along the creases in half a couple of times, it's pretty simple. You'll see the dotted lines. And the last one is really important to fold it in thirds.
Okay, and then I've folded everything into the center. Now I need to take this corner and put it to that corner and crease it there. Fold that out so we have this sort of shape. Do the same on the other side so that we end up with a little sort of diamond shape like this. Then, oh, I managed to fold it that way. Okay. Then
While you're doing that, if you can see, I'm just cutting out anything that's black. All the black shapes, I'm just cutting them off. And I'll show you this, make this one cut. And as you can see, as I cut it off, you start to be left with what the white shape is, and that's how you're going to be making the pattern.
Cool. And then I'm going to fold these things into the center like this so we have a little kite shape.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Now comes the fun part. You have to open it like this and then fold these edges into the center like that. Flip it over and do the same on the other side.
Oh.
So that we have a little kite that kind of looks like this. Well, I'm all ready. What about you?
Well, I'm almost done. I'm just cutting the last pieces of Darth Vader's mask. Let me just do a quick
All
little...
right, well, I'm going to show the next bit because there is one other step after that. So you
Okay.
basically take it, you find these two little things, and you go pop, and there it is. And then to hang it, I took a piece of embroidery thread about 12 inches long, put it through a needle, and I'm going to find a nice spot and poke it through, pull that through, measure up the ends, tie one little knot here to keep it from sliding around,
That's really nice.
and then tie the end. Ta-da!
That's excellent.
Yay!
And I'm ready to show you the Darth Vader
Cool.
mask. So make the last little snip right here, last little snip right there. And once you've cut out all of your white shape, it's just a matter of unfolding the star. So we take off the take it from the 3 section that we just did a minute ago. That's great. And then we open it one more time, and finally open it all the way up. And we open up the hood. Sometimes they get put together because of the mask.
Cool.
But we have Darth Vader right here.
Yeah.
And then I like that if you have, sometimes you can make your own thing. I decided on my other one to make a little cut at the opening. So you don't have to go with the pattern. You can go and add some additions of your own.
Cool. And I've got a little present for you. I
Me?
got some surprises here. These are ones that I folded up earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You want to help me open them up?
I do. So what do I do again?
You take the two little
Take 2 little pieces.
points like that
Yep.
and go pop.
Oh my goodness. Ooh, that's great.
Careful. And then,
Well, that's a fun little start. I like that you have the 2-color foil paper.
oh yeah, this stuff was awesome. What happened to my little, I didn't finish this one.
You didn't finish this one? Well,
Well, it's a surprise.
that's right. We have all these other ones. These are great.
Yes. So,
So, happy holidays.
happy holidays to you.
All right, Julia, let's do a check-in with our candy cane science experiment.
Sure.
Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's start with the vinegar.
It is mostly but not completely dissolved, and the sugar seems to be kind of coming up.
Yeah, and we
little bits.
still kind of have the candy cane at the bottom,
Yeah.
but the red food coloring, a lot of the sugar is just dissolved into the vinegar. And then the cider, I think, is my favorite.
Can't really see. Well, you can see a bit of candy cane in there if you turn it like that.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the red food coloring at the bottom.
Yeah, so the same thing sort of happens. So I think you were correct with your hypothesis that they would dissolve and that the red food coloring would come out. And then I was actually wrong with the cold water. I thought nothing would happen, but as you can see, some
and
of the...
it bends as you turn it.
Oh, yeah.
That is so cool.
And then the most exciting is probably the hot water one. It's basically,
gone.
it's completely gone. It's just red liquid now. So in chemistry, we call this, these are solutions, but the liquids are all, oh shoot, solutes, and the candy canes are the solvents. I might have just gotten that wrong. But that was an exciting science experiment, and happy holidays.
Hi, I'm Margie DeMonte. I'm your host with Fit as a Fiddle today. And today I have with me Sin, and she's going to help me by tasting some of our healthy desserts that we're having. This is Christmas time, and I figured it would be nice that I know everybody likes to eat a lot, and I wanted to make some healthy desserts. They're raw desserts, they're vegan, and they're gluten-free. So the first one is this one, which is avocado chocolate mousse.
That one looks good.
You like this one?
Yeah, I saw you preparing it earlier and couldn't wait to try that one.
Okay. So would you like to try that one?
Of course, I'd love to try this
Alrighty.
one. All right.
Tell me what you think of that one.
Wow. That does not taste like avocado. It tastes like chocolate pudding or chocolate mousse. This is really good.
Isn't that great? I like that one because I'll tell you, I must have tried, maybe about 5 or 6 different recipes to get a good chocolate mousse, and this one by far is the best one. And I'll tell you what's in it. I used 2 ripe avocados, 1/3 of a cup of honey, 1/3 of a cup of raw cacao powder, 2 tablespoons of unsweetened almond milk, a teaspoon of, I used vanilla extract, but you could also use almond extract, and then a 1/2 teaspoon of ground chia seeds.
Ah, okay.
And then 1/8 of a teaspoon of kosher salt, or actually I used Himalayan salt. And then you place all the ingredients in a blender, and you just mix it until it's smooth. And then if you want to adjust the taste a little bit, add a little bit more honey if you feel like you need a little bit more honey. I didn't actually feel that it needed any
No,
more
I
honey.
actually prefer it not so sweet.
Yeah, I agree. And then you just spoon it into these ramekins, and then you just put it, in the refrigerator. Actually, put it in the refrigerator 30 minutes before you serve them. And then it's very quick, very easy to make, and I love them, and I would use this for any type of a chocolate, anything that calls for chocolate. I would do it this way, make this as my chocolate.
So does this count as a vegetable?
I guess so, yeah, I guess you could say that, because it has more avocado, it does, it has 2 avocados in it, so why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what else do
Okay.
you have?
Okay, I made 2 different types of popsicles. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of lights here, and we had to wait a while before we actually showed this, so these are melted a bit. So they're probably not going to come out of the molds the way we wanted them to, but we do have spoons.
That's okay. I've got a spoon.
Yeah. Okay, so the first one is an orange creamsicle.
Ooh, I like those creamsicles.
And these are the popsicle molds, how you make them. So you actually, this would come in here, you would pull that out. Yeah, I don't know if you can actually take that out and if it will come out. Ooh,
Oh, nope.
Oh.
All right, well, I'll just do this.
Yeah. This one is actually kind of almost ready to eat, so you might be able to, I don't know if you're going to be able to eat that one. Can you get that? It tastes like a creamsicle.
Yeah.
I like this one too. I thought this is really good.
So
And
what's in this?
so this one here, you use either 1 cup of orange juice. What I did, rather than orange juice, I just used 3 large oranges and squeezed them.
Yeah, you also left the pulp in there too.
Yeah, well, that's the zest. Yeah,
Yes.
well, actually,
Yeah.
that's true. I did leave the pulp in there because I wanted it to be as healthy and taste as healthy as
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
possible too. So you either 1 cup of orange juice or 3 large oranges. Let me see, 1 cup of full-fat coconut milk, and then 3 tablespoons of honey, and then 1/4 of a teaspoon of orange zest I used, rather than you could have used orange extract, but I wanted to use the zest. I wanted to try to keep it as
Yeah, extract
Yeah.
sort of has a weird taste.
yeah. So, and then you let it sit, so you put it in a bowl and you just whisk it until all the ingredients are sort of blended all together. You let it sit for like 30 to 60 minutes, and then you pour it into these popsicle molds, which are these here. So you would pour it in there, and then you put the stick in there. And then you put them in the freezer for like 4 to 6 hours. And then what you should do, but what we couldn't do here, is when you take these out, run these under hot water for just like 30 seconds or so. So it'll be easy that you could take the top off and it would all come off without the way it's happening now, because these are actually kind of melted because of the lights. So that's that one. And then these are a little bit different. What these are what I did was used yogurt. I used
Oh yeah, those are soft.
yeah. And in there, all I did was put cut up fruit and cashew nuts, and just a tiny, tiny little bit of honey. You don't really have to do that, but I just did that. And
Got a cashew.
yeah. What do you think about those?
What fruit is this?
I put in strawberries, blueberries, and cashews. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like those?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which do you like better of the popsicles, do you think?
I prefer berries to citrus, so
Yeah.
so personal preference would be the berries, but no, I'm just going to go back to this chocolate pudding.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This good.
yeah. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this segment, and I hope you try one of these healthy desserts. Do whatever you want for dessert, but try at least one healthy one for Christmas. So, that's it.
Can I use my finger now?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Burke Lenahan, author of Your Natural Medicine Cabinet, with some home remedies for the holidays, for those of you going home for the holidays. The holidays mean great food and too much of it, which means overeating and often heartburn. To avoid overeating in the first place, here's a tip. Start your meal with a hot liquid, like a broth soup or hot tea, and that will make you feel full with minimal calories. Try an herbal tea that's also good for digestion, like ginger tea, or peppermint tea, a traditional remedy for reducing intestinal gas. My own favorite is a Japanese soup called miso, which also helps your digestion. An easy way to use miso is to stir a packet of miso powder into hot water, almost boiling hot. It tastes like a slightly salty meat broth, but it's actually vegan and wonderfully fermenty. To prevent heartburn, try apple cider vinegar, a teaspoon in a small amount of water. Take it before you start your big holiday feast, or any time you feel like you're likely to get heartburn. Apple cider vinegar tastes like tart apple juice and has many other health benefits. If you do get heartburn, try the natural medicine Nux vomica, which is also great for hangovers because it's a wonderful liver support. Now please don't use it as a crutch to help you drink too much too frequently, but for that special occasion, Nux vomica can save you from a hangover the morning after. What about the emotional entanglements we get into when the whole family gets together and old grudges or feuds can surface? Or the poignant memories of loved ones who are no longer with us? The natural medicine Ignatia can help with grief, hurt feelings, even indignation, humiliation, suppressed anger, feelings that can come up when seeing all your family members together. Finally, the holidays are a time when you're likely to be traveling. If you have fear of flying, the natural medicine Argentum nitricum can help. Or for long car trips, cocculus is good for motion sickness. Or you can use ginger. You might remember I recommended ginger tea for digestion because it's good for the stomach in general. Tea might not be practical for a long car trip, so people usually get ginger candies from the health food store, or even nibble on a piece of raw ginger. To take these natural medicines, dissolve a couple of pellets in your mouth. It's safe to repeat them as often as once an hour if your symptoms are really intense. But just take enough doses to slow down the symptoms and start the healing process. Once the healing is underway, back off and let the body do the rest. These natural medicines can also be used preventively. For example, if you know you'll be taking a long plane trip in a couple of weeks and you're already really worried, you can start taking Argentum nitricum right now. Or if you're emotionally sensitive and you're heading into a potential confrontation with a bully of an uncle, you can take Ignatia ahead of time. It will help you inhabit your core of strength and be less affected by those around you. All of these natural remedies are available at your local health food store or online. Happy, healthy holidays!
We wish you a happy holidays. We wish you a happy holidays. We wish you a happy holidays from ACMi.
Jeez. Late again.